I'm breaking off my engagement to my fiancé because of his newfound views on what a good wife is, and now he can get engaged to his right hand. Posted by you/ataraxic metanoia. My 28F fiancé, 34M, and I used to have a great relationship, but over the last year, his political views have become a problem. I mostly bit my tongue about it, but it came to a head when he accused a woman at his job of lying about her essay. I pointed out that when a woman accuses a man of rape, he questions it and claims she is lying. He justified it by saying it's stupid to believe an accusation like that without proof. I pointed out that he has no proof that she's lying either, but he's accusing her anyway. He often sends me articles about women, usually teachers, essaying boys. I brought up that he never says the boys are lying or asks for proof. He got very upset and kept repeating that I was trivializing male essay. I don't feel like I was. I feel that I was just pointing out the hypocrisy. He denied being biased against female accusers. I reminded him that when the allegations against Diddy first surfaced, he said feminists were just trying to ruin a successful man's life. Unsurprisingly, he never mentioned the man who accused Diddy of essay. He defended Diddy up until the video of him physically assaulting Cassie was leaked. Even then, he said, we didn't know the whole story. The final straw was when he was telling me, yet again, how women are actually worse than men because we are sneaky and conniving, and at least men will screw you over to your face. He kept insisting that women are far worse people than men, and I just lost it. I said that nowhere on earth, not now or ever in recorded history, has the female violent crime rate been higher than the males. I told him that men unalive each other even more than they unalive us, so they are a bigger danger to themselves than some girl being sneaky. I said that blaming women for unfair legislation, like conscription, makes no sense when men make up the majority of the US government, and most, if not all, other governments. He was absolutely furious about all of this. He didn't argue with me, per se. He just told me that I was brainwashed by the feminist agenda, that feminism lied to me, and convinced me I was special. I still don't know where that comment came from, it was not relevant to anything. I, admittedly, was very pissed off and said, well, maybe patriarchy lied to you about this relationship being special. I threw my ring on the table, left the house, and haven't spoken to him since. Today, he sent me a long text saying how I belittled him with that comment and that I would be a good wife if I could just stop needing to be right all the time. I haven't responded, and I'm conflicted about whether I will at all. I feel bad about throwing the ring. I really feel bad that I hurt his feelings by saying our relationship isn't special. But still, to be honest, I'm seriously questioning if I really want to marry him. He has always been argumentative, not just with me, but with everyone. Normally, I just ignore it, but he was so egregious with his hypocritical BS. I shouldn't have taken the bait, and I don't feel like men are generally bad. I was speaking out of anger. I don't consider myself a super political person. I'm not even sure if I count as a feminist. He just has a new complaint about women every freaking day at this point. It's so frustrating. I don't know when he became this way, but it sucks. There are still things I love about him, but the things he has been saying may be more than I can forgive. I don't know what to do. Up in the comments. I've seen some comments saying I need to try to work it out with him, and I did try, but eventually, you realize you're fighting a losing battle, and the spoils of war aren't worth it anymore. Some guys in the comments are even saying, lol, now you're single, like I should be devastated that I don't get to explain empathy to a grown man all day every day anymore. Update 1 day later. Hi again, I'm surprised and overwhelmed by the response my post got. Thanks to everyone who read through all that, and thanks to anyone who reads through all this, too. After I left, I went to a hotel. He kept contacting me to ask when I was coming home. I told him I needed time to think and turned off my phone. When I turned it back on, I saw his photo on my lock screen and decided to call him, for reasons that will make sense later. He said he wanted to talk face to face, and I agreed, so I went home. He apologized for implying that I'm not special. I apologize for implying our relationship isn't special. We've been together for 12 years, so saying that was hurtful and untrue. Before anyone compares the harshness of our statements, his wrongs don't justify my own and vice versa. Disclaimer, this post isn't about the validity or ethics of gender roles. This is strictly an account of what happened with no wider social commentary from me. We discuss what we wanted for the future. He wants a traditional marriage and specified the following. 1. I would quit my job, and we'd start trying for a baby right after the wedding. 2. I'd be a stay-at-home mom until the kids are old enough for primary school, and we'd raise them as Christians. 3. He wants to protect and provide for our family, and I would be submissive. He assured me that I could still disagree with him and have a say, but he wants to ultimately have the final say in most things. He asked if I understood what he wanted, and I said yes. When he asked me if I still wanted to get married, I told him that I didn't. He has the right to change his mind, but it's not the arrangement we agreed to when he proposed. This post is long enough, so I won't detail how he got into this gender essentialism stuff or why I don't want the type of relationship he's asking for. Suffice to say, we are no longer compatible. He wants to do a trial run of his preferred setup so I can see that it's for the best. I told him that we had a very successful trial run of not doing that for 10 years until he decided to switch things up a few years ago. He was unfazed by this. So about the lock screen, he has a small snaggletooth toward the back that he's always been shy about, so he never fully smiles in public. That photo is one of the few pictures where he's showing his real smile, and it's beautiful. Seeing that photo used to make me so happy, but when I saw it this morning, I just felt sad. I know it sounds dramatic, but it feels like he died and was replaced by some kind of red-pilled pod person. When he asked me if I still loved him at all, I told him that I will always love him, but I'm not in love with him anymore. I understand that many people had strong feelings about the things he said, and he definitely crossed the line several times, but this is still so hard for me to do. He's the only man I've ever been with and my best friend. I'm relieved that it's over but still sad about how it ended. I accept that he's a different person now, but it's hard not to think of what could have been. Commenter. They have been together 12 years? He was 22 and she was 16?